Today we're diving into AMD, the scrappy semiconductor underdog that just sprinted to a fresh 52-week high and has analysts whispering, and sometimes shouting, that there's potentially another 35% to run. But this isn't just about one hot AI deal or seasonal hype. What's happening is a structural shift inside the semiconductor world, and AMD quietly put itself right in the middle of it. The headline: New Highs, Louder Cheers. First, the obvious headline. AMD recently hit a new 52-week high, a clear market vote of confidence after a blistering run. This matters not just as a technical milestone, but because it's the market's shorthand for this stock is trending and people are moving money in. A lot of analysts haven't turned cautious either. Some research notes and market write-ups suggest there's room for further upside, with models and price target adjustments implying roughly another 30 to 35% potential in some bull scenarios. In plain English, the crowd that watches this stuff thinks the story has more juicy chapters to come. Why this isn't just AI hype, and why that's important. You hear AI, and your brain might jump straight to model weights, attention heads, and whether this month's chatbot has more personality than last month's. But chips are the plumbing of AI, and the plumbing is changing. Historically, one dominant architecture and stack, think, a particular vendor's GPUs plus tightly coupled software, handled most of the heavy lifting. Today we're seeing a structural shift. Cloud builders, hyperscalers, and enterprise customers want choice, cost leverage, and architectural diversity. That means multiple vendors supplying GPUs, CPUs, network accelerators, and software that actually plays nicely together at extreme scale. AMD's playbook hits all those boxes: high-performance GPUs, server CPUs, networking accelerators, rack-level designs, and an open software stack to glue it together. AMD, more than a GPU vendor, they're becoming a platform company. Think of AMD like a neighborhood cafe that used to sell one amazing espresso, then decided to build the whole coffee shop: beans, machines, baristas, even loyalty software. AMD now sells the chips, EPYC CPUs and Instinct GPUs, networking silicon, Pensando, rack and system designs, Helios rack platform, and an open software stack, ROCm, that helps customers run their AI code on AMD hardware. That combination makes AMD more of a platform company than a single product supplier, and platforms scale differently. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, like the video, it means much to me. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. Why does platform matter? Because buying hardware plus a software path and validated rack designs reduces integration risk for a data center operator. Customers don't need to play who did what connects to what. They can buy an end-to-end solution that's pre-engineered to run large models efficiently. That makes AMD sticky, customers stay, and increases potential for large, multi-year contracts. The Oracle anchor, 50,000 Instinct GPUs, and the supercluster play. Here's the headline deal that flipped a lot of heads. Oracle announced an expanded partnership to deploy a publicly available AI supercluster powered by 50,000 AMD Instinct MI450 GPUs, with the initial deployment slated to begin in calendar Q3 2026, and plans to scale higher in 2027 and beyond. That's not a boutique order. That's hyperscale. If you've ever wondered what real demand looks like at cloud scale, this is it. Imagine racks designed to hold 72 GPUs each. Multiply by thousands of racks, and you get to tens of thousands of accelerators. That kind of density changes the economics of model training and inference. Models that were once extremely expensive to run now become feasible for a wider audience, and that drives more cloud consumption, which in turn drives chip demand. Win-win-win. Well, win for AMD and its customers. Investors decide that last win. Not a one-off, a broader win for AMD's stack. Oracle's supercluster isn't a one-game wonder. It builds on AMD's broader strategy. AMD recently unveiled Helios, a rack-scale AI hardware platform meant to simplify serviceability and scale, built around EPYC CPUs, Instinct GPUs, Pensando networking, and ROCm software. That integrated approach is exactly what large cloud operators, and enterprises want when they're buying thousands of accelerators and planning multi-year deployments. NVIDIA may still be the league MVP, but AMD is building the team, bench, plays, and training staff that lets multiple MVPs coexist in the league. That's why these hyperscale partnerships matter so much. How AMD makes money. It's a wide funnel. AMD's revenue mix is diversified across several channels. Direct sales to OEMs, cloud service providers, system integrators, independent distributors, and online retailers around the world. That's baked into their filings. AMD doesn't rely on a single route to market. In practice, that means a big server deal, like Oracle, can move the needle, but consumer and OEM markets cushion cyclical swings. While hyperscalers might buy tens of thousands of GPUs in bulk, PC OEMs keep the Ryzen and consumer GPU side humming. The two businesses feed different cash flows and different margin profiles, which investors value when the cloud orders come in waves. Analyst math. Why some still see 35% upside? When analysts say another 35%, they're typically recalibrating price targets using updated revenue forecasts from big customer wins, margin expansion from higher value products, and longer-term structural tailwinds in AI spending. Some models assume rapid growth in data center revenue as AMD captures a higher share of AI accelerator budgets, while others bake in improved software monetization and system-level wins, racks, networking, services. The net effect: if you plug in those higher revenue and margin numbers, the implied valuation supports additional upside in certain scenarios. Yes, that's optimistic. And yes, it depends on execution and competition. Imagine the data center as a city that wants to feed the world with pizza, AI services. NVIDIA sells really fast pizza ovens. They're the best ovens, and most big pizzerias use them. AMD, meanwhile, used to sell excellent stovetops and some ovens. Now AMD shows up with not only ovens, but ovens designed to stack nicely on a truck, a delivery van factory, networking, and an open recipe book, ROCM. So any pizzeria, large or small, can bake the same pie using AMD equipment. Oracle is basically saying, we'll build multiple giant pizza hubs using AMD ovens, 50,000 ovens to start. Suddenly, other cities start asking, hey, how much would it cost to run that many pizzas? Demand increases, pastry chefs get busier, and AMD sells more ovens, delivery vans, and recipe licenses. By 2027, AMD could hit between $1,500 to $2,000. Note this as well. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them, and be their God. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. And there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. For the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. And he said unto me, it is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. But the fearful and unbelieving, and the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars, shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Revelation 21 verses 3-8. If we fully obey the Lord, the Creator of heaven and earth, and carefully follow all his commandments, he has promised to set us high above all the nations of the earth. Deuteronomy 28. We shall be blessed when we come in and when we go out. I appeal to you to accept God and let him be your guide, for he will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. Want more information? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this. I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe, and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage me to continue bringing to you insightful content. Do not miss out on our future videos full of insight, All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's blessings and care. Faith and prayer will do what no power on earth can accomplish. See you in the next video by God's mercy.